AutoCount, beyond accounting software.
Use code SYOK10 and get 10 ringgit off your favorites.
Food Panda. Shopping. Shopping.
As Malaysia is introducing e-invoicing soon, manually processing e-invoices may not be a good solution, as it takes up too much time and involves repetitive manual work. Introducing the AutoCount e-invoice platform, your solution to streamline invoicing processes and boost efficiency. With AutoCount e-invoice platform, invoices are sent through a secure and powerful server. You can submit e-invoices, easily updating customers' and suppliers' TIN numbers and company details for submission through the My Invoice system. Well, how does it work? After the company keys in their invoices using AutoCount software, the assigned supervisor can oversee these processes. He has the authority to approve or reject these invoices. If there are any mistakes, the invoices can be rectified before being directly sent to the LHDN My Invoice system, reducing concerns about errors. Once approved, the invoices will be sent to the AutoCount e-invoice platform for further submission through LHDN My Invoice system. What if the LHDN My Invoice system faces downtime? The AutoCount e-invoice platform will automatically upload the invoices to a queue until they are validated by LHDN. This automation streamlines the processes and eliminates the need for manual re-uploading of invoices. If you require TIN number and company details from your customers or suppliers, AutoCount e-invoice platform allows you to send a unique URL for them to fill in their details, updating your database effortlessly. Plus, you can copy purchase invoices and payment vouchers into self-billed e-invoices, instead of keying them in manually. Say goodbye to manual data entry. With AutoCount POS solutions, every receipt comes with a QR code. If the customer requires an e-invoice, simply scan the QR code, fill in the TIN number and personal details, and the AutoCount e-invoice platform will generate the e-invoice for the customer. Imagine multiple customers needing receipts for e-invoice tax deduction claims, all approaching simultaneously after office hours. Now, it can be resolved with our POS solutions. For business owners running multiple stores in different locations, you can use AutoCount POS solutions to consolidate e-invoices. Receipts from each outlet can be consolidated at the back end and submitted in compliance with LHDN regulations. With AutoCount e-invoice platform, it minimizes human errors, improves business processes, reduces costs, and enhances efficiency. Let's embrace e-invoicing starting this 1st of August. Get ready for hassle-free e-invoicing with AutoCount e-invoice platform.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Alex. Okay, let me see. I think most of the people is already joined to the webinars today. Okay, again, good morning, everyone. My name is Alex La. Will be actually represent Software Depot to present to today topics is regarding AutoCount accounting system. I would like to share my screen first. Okay, just a moment now. Okay. All right. I think today's sections for the topics we're going to cover. I will straightforward to let you know what is the today topic and what is going to cover by today. And again, my name is Alex. So today actions is going to cover is regarding the few agenda below. We have 5 topics to cover today. And without further delays, I will actually mention one by one the topics right now. Okay, first, I will actually cover some very basic overview regarding what is the e-invoice because according to the attendance list today, I noticed maybe some of yours is haven't start the e-invoicing yet. Okay, so if you are haven't start, I think that is a major topic you have to concern about the today for the first item, basic overview. And the next one is regarding the AutoCount e-invoice system interface and function. I will cover the live demo regarding this one. And later on, if you already start the e-invoice, I believe you also need to know what is the new version for the AutoCount, have the enhanced functions and add on the additional modules to actually to make it the e-invoice to become more easy to use and more convenient. Later I will cover for this part also. For those is already start your e-invoice and using the AutoCount e-invoicing right now. But right now we have a new versions. I will let you know later. Uh, okay. Then the third one, I will also cover one of the AutoCount quite common use additional module is called AutoCount Gyro module. And one more is AutoCount project modules. And lastly, I will cover regarding AutoCount fixed asset plugin. Okay, all these topics I will cover by today. We will take about 1 hour. So make sure you are able to concentrate within this 1 hour. We'll go on right now. Okay. Okay, first is very straightforward information you have to know if you haven't started the e-invoice about the implementation timeline for the e-invoice in Malaysia. Okay, for informations at this moment, Malaysia have split to the four period, or we call it the four batch people to start the e-invoice. First and second is already started since last year and also this year January. And the third and fourth is going to start right now. Okay, the third batch will start on 1st of January 2026, which means 2 months later. If your turnover is between 5 to 1 million, so you have to start your invoice on 1st of January 2026. This is the information provided by LHTN. Then the fourth batch or the last batch you're going to start for your invoice is if your turnover is above 500,000, you have to start on the 1st of July 2026. Uh, Maybe some people will see if my business is very micro, is below 500, is it I no need to start the invoice? Yeah, if you're below 500, you can be volunteer. Okay, you would like to start or the one, actually that one is not mandatory lah. But once your turnover is reached the 500,000 or above, you have to start your invoice on latest by 1st of July 2026. Okay, so this is at least you know your timeline. For those is already start invoice, is congratulations, you already start, and hopefully everything is smooth right now. And later we cover some additional functions for you. Okay, so regarding what is the e-invoice, I think most of yours maybe you already heard some information via maybe some public seminars or webinars before, or even some news from the governments, Facebook. A lot of the information actually is produced regarding what is the e-invoicing in Malaysia. Okay, so without any additional explain for this, I just give you a very simple sentence, which means that in coming, when you start the e-invoice, every single invoices actually is need to verify by LHGN, which means in future, all your bill actually is monitoring or actually recorded under governments, under LHGN. So which means that they have all your record immediately. Okay, then what is the e-invoice required? Okay, so e-invoicing required is actually you have a two part lah. First is regarding how to prove your income. Okay, very straightforward for income, meaning that every single sales is selling to your customers. You have to prove your income to the LHDN. How to prove? Later on, we'll cover about this one, issue invoice and so on. And the second one is some scenario you also need to prove for your expenses for some situations. Okay, then of course, who is affected? First is regarding all the business to business situation.
Hello.
In short, we call B2B.
foreign workers 學一位
應該是好啦，我聽 Miss Lee 講。
Sorry, I think someone is have to mute your mics. Okay, thank you. Okay, we continues. Okay, so who is affected? Okay, so business to business will be affected. You need to start for e-invoice. Business to consumer, B2C, and also business to governments. Okay, all these situation actually you need to cover for e-invoice. I believe all of you right here in this webinar is belong to all this lah, because you do business ma. Okay, then uh, then following, you can see some actually some authorities is actually exempted. I think the most straightforward is related to the government or local authorities, state governments. All this is actually they're exempted person. They no need to give you the invoice. But the other way around, when you bill something to governments or you provide something, service or goods to governments, you have to actually give the invoice. Okay. Okay, then today the major invoicing submission idea you have to know is in Malaysia for e-invoice submission, we basically can split to the two method or two model. First, you can actually manually go into government provide that we call My Invoice Portal, or some people call My Tax Portal, to manually fill in the invoice, every single invoice you give to customer. And the second one is using the accounting system such as AutoCount to doing the connections via VP API to connect the invoice to the LHDN. Okay, so this is I think what we are going to concern in today and concentrate on today to do the my invoice submissions. Okay, then type of invoice, very straightforward. In market, we have three types of the invoice in standard the major type. First is we call standard invoice. Standard invoice usually apply on B2B, which means that if your customer provide you their company name, their PIN number, or the classification code, all this after you get it, you can using the system to issue the standard e-invoice and submit to LHN. Usually this one you have to submit within 72 hours, within 3 days to the government after you issue that invoice. And the second one is called consolidated e-invoice. Consolidated can apply for the certain business. It's not all. Usually this one will be applied on B2C such as let's say you are doing the restaurant business or doing the mini market or hypermarket. On this situation, all your major customer, I believe, will be the end user. Okay, so on that situations, when you issue the invoice, you can actually no need to immediately submit to LHN. You can compile it and consolidate it within a month, and the next month within the days of before the day of 7, you can submit to LHDN. This is a second method, second type. And the last one is regarding self-bill. Self-bill is on the special scenario only. What is the special scenario? For example, you have provide the agents for or any third-party dealers, individual one with the commissions. So for that scenario, you actually need to declare the self-bill in your system to actually inform LHD and say you provide this particular individual person commission. Okay. Then second scenario, okay, for cross-border transaction, you got do any import service, import goods from overseas. So that kind of the transaction, you also need to actually declare to LHN under the self-bill scenario, and also some others information, but mostly I believe it's first and second one. Okay. And just now we talk about consolidate e-invoice. In fact, government also have mentioned got some of the we call it the business or the natural business is not able to do for consolidated e-invoice. such as let's say you are selling the vehicle, you're selling the car, you're selling the motorbike, you're selling the flight tickets, okay, or you're doing the construction business. All these I mentioned right here, you can see is actually prohibited to doing the consolidate. Okay. By the way, at this moment, actually government also give some we call it the allowance for the business owner or the taxpayer just want to start e-invoice. If you start, for example, let's say you start for e-invoice on 1st of January 2026 now. In fact, government will given you 6 month relaxation period. What is the relaxation period? We think that within these 6 months, if you really not able to start your invoice in one by one submissions, you can consolidate it and submit once a month. Means which means that the other words is you able to run consolidated within 6 months if you just start for your e-invoice, but only 6 months. After the 6 months, you still have to go back to your according to your natural business. If your natural business is touched about all these situations, actually you're not able to do consolidate. Okay. We come back to this screen, and this screen actually you're going to explain is regarding submission structures and system design for the AutoCount, how actually they handle to connect from LHTN and the AutoCount. Okay, from here you can see this is the AutoCount accounting system. Okay, I believe most of you right here, you are AutoCount user right now. If not, maybe you can consider. Okay, if you are AutoCount user right here, as long you already upgraded your AutoCount accounting, the offline version to at least version 2.2 and above, that version actually able to direct connect to our AutoCount e-invoicing platform server. This the center area is our server. Then in short we call it AIP. Or you are using the AutoCount cloud accounting system. Similar, this cloud accounting system also able to connect to our AIP. And if you are using POS system, or we have the other actually series product is called AutoCount One Sales. It's doing for something like the hawker sales device. So all this is actually eventually is connect to our AIP, which means that this central server. And this central server will be responsible to doing the data uploads or connects to LHDN time to time. So every time when you have a invoice, they go to here and upload to LHDN to get the connections to LHDN. This is the structures now. Okay, right now I'm going to give some summary before we go into the live demo for the system. First, if you're going to start for your AutoCount e-invoice, you need to do some preparation. Of course, besides you upgrade your versions, you need to actually doing the register for My Invoice Doctor at the LHTM website. You can go to the LHTM website and register your My Tax Portal over there. Okay. So regarding how to do the registration, I'm not going to cover here. I think you can go to the websites to cover, to register by yourself. If you need the help, then you can let us know. Then we will cover at a separate assist by PM1. Then the next one is regarding the check AutoCount version. Like just now I mentioned, the AutoCount right now is able to connect with LHTN. Let's say you are using the AutoCount accounting offline. We call it on-premise version. You at least need to go to version 2.2, then only able to connect with the this LHTN. By the way, how to check your AutoCount version? Very straightforward. If you are in front of your computers right now, you can actually go to your AutoCounts, log in, then go to Help over here, and click on About AutoCount Accountings. And over here, they are show the version, like something like this, version 2.2. If you are using below 2.2, you need to let us know. We are actually able to assist you for upgrade to the latest version. So this latest version is actually we say is compliance with the LHDN e-invoicing and also the latest SSD update. I think some of you maybe right here is need to submit for SST every 2 months. For this version is a latest version, submit for the SST latest actually the changes now. If you have actually the information before SST recently got do some changes regarding their tables of the SS02 format. Okay, so this is the latest version, is already support. Okay, then of course, after you make sure you already register the MyTax portal and check your AutoCount version that says okay. Then the third one is, of course, we will help you to schedule the appointment to do the implementation for you and training for you how to actually apply and start for the e-invoicing in the system. Okay, so this is some idea you have to know. Okay, now we go to the second part is regarding our lifetime of today. Okay, for that I go back to this. Okay, so we are going to the the second item. Okay, we go through system right now. At this moment, you can see this is actually the AutoCount latest version interface for AutoCount offline version, AutoCount accounting version 2.2. And just now I show you the version already. And how to actually be doing for actually the e-invoice. Okay, first, of course, you can see right here we have an e-invoicing function. Okay, I already go to my e-invoicing setting over here. Quick setting. Okay, turn on my e-invoicing accordingly. So some people actually will be actually worried. If I start on the 1st of January 2026, is it I can turn on my e-invoicing right now? Definitely I can allow you to turn on. Once you upgrade to the latest version, in fact, you can turn on right here, but the start date you can put on 1st of January 2026 for your situation, or you are on the last batch 4, you want to put on 1st of July 2026 also can. You can actually enable the e-invoice right here, but starting date put in advance if you are not yet reached the timeline, we can say. And over here we have some actually the function like you can see allowed to create consolidated e-invoice. If your business is not allowed, remember turn it off lah. But like just now I also let you know government given the 6-month relaxation period for that first 6 months, no matter what business you are, actually you are allowed to turn on this lah. Okay. Then one more is regarding auto email validate. Okay, from here you can turn on the auto email validate invoice. If you want to automatically send the invoice upon the LHN is already verified that particular invoice to your customer. Okay. In future, once you start the invoice, you no need to actually you want to manually send invoice to the customer still can, but in fact, once you turn on this, you actually no need do this manual work. Once you save that particular invoice, that invoice will go to LHTM portal, and once the LHTM part is already verified and connect back the information back to AutoCount accounting system, at the same time, that will send one more email to notify your customer, which means that they will receive exactly the invoice he want. Okay, so you are actually able to turn on this. Okay, so we try to up from here and do some more cover regarding the invoice. Okay, the next thing I would like to cover to you is regarding the debtors maintenance. Debtor in other words is called customer lah. So all your customer profile, if that is the company name they have or the personal name you have, actually you can pre-maintain over here. For example, this is one of the sample customer. I can actually put in their names over here. If you are an existing AutoCount user, all this information you just put in accordingly. No need to actually just put in others place. Just put in accordingly. Then what you need to do is, if you haven't have this customer PIN number, you can via here to actually go to add new. Okay, you can add new actually the customer PIN number over here. How to add? Just very simple. Add new and put in all the related information, especially the PIN number. to this profile. But some people say, is it I got the other way? If let's say customer don't want to provide me their TIN number, actually, we in fact customer actually not say don't want to provide you TIN number if they want to do business, but really have some situation is some customer not actually able to provide you, or maybe they also don't know. Okay, we have some tools over here to allow you to do for searching. You can actually search from this register name. If you have a full register name, you can try to search by full register name, or you can actually search by business registration number you have. For example, if I just have the business registration number, you search. Okay, they will find how to find for you the TIN numbers over here. Find by new or old business registration number also can. Okay, because this is depends on the record on the government side. If once they have, from this searching, we will help you to pull in the TIN numbers over here. But got some scenario we are not able to help is some sole proprietor business. They're not using their company name to register. They're using maybe their personal name to register. On that scenario, maybe you need to get their personal IC to search, or otherwise they have to provide you the TIN number. By the way, this is the way we allow you to actually key in their TIN numbers over here. We have one more actions over here is allow you to do is you can click on this, we call it get TIN from AIP server. So from here, you can click on this, we call it request company tax information, and put in your email. Pause. Let's say I put in my emails over here. And right here, you can go to get link. After get link, you can copy this link and send to your customer. And upon your customer receive this link, when they click the link, I can show you the scenario. Once they click the link, they'll show something like this, which means that you ask your customer to help you key in all their email, TIN number, this one. Once they key in, you can actually push in this information direct to your debtor profile. You no need manually key in. So this is the other way around. But some people say, my customer don't want to help me to key in. That only way is just now we say either you manually key in, or you try to search from the just now say business registration number, or search by company name. This is the other way. You can put in TIN. Why I actually mentioned the TINs over here? Because if you are running for the standard e-invoicing later, TIN number is the mandatory information. Otherwise, you cannot actually do the submit to LHCN for e-invoice to do the verification. So this is very important. You have to take note. Okay, after we complete, we have a debtor. Right now, we can do some actually transactions to prove that the system actually able to do submission e-invoice. Okay, for instance, we can go to sales document. Let's say I straight away go to invoice. By the way, you can see AutoCount have a lot of the document, but the related to the invoice, of course, is invoice. We go to invoice. Let me try to key in one of the invoice. Okay, right now, let's say I would like to create a new invoice to customer. First of all, you can see in this AutoCount version 2.2, every time when you create the invoice or the documents later, you will notice on here, there appear the draft status. Okay, what you need to do is proceed as user. You just call the customer name. Let's say I would like to pull up this customer. And once you call the customer with the TIN number information, there appear the TIN over here. If you want to do further checking, you can open it to check. Otherwise, you just ignore and proceed to actually call up your products over here. Let's say I would like to selling for this one. Okay, then how many quantity you can type in accordingly. Once you're done, below we have some options buttons. You can see right here we have a save as draft and also approve. Okay, these two buttons have the different function. Okay, and also depends on you are the which role of the user in the company. If you are the administrator and you very confident for this invoice, you okay, then you can straight away click on approve. But once you click approve, this invoice will directly integrate or link to the LHCN to get the verification. Okay. Or the other way around is if you are not the administrator user, you are normal user, we can actually do the control on the access right to allow this user just able to click on save draft. Save draft vision that they are not going to LHDN yet. Okay, click just save. Oh, sorry, I forgot to turn off my text just now. Okay, ignore the text first. Okay, we just click on save draft. Okay, right here you can see we have a document. I save it just now, 10/10 today. The documents amounts will be appear 4,200. By the way, you can see the status still parking as draft. Okay, which means these documents I haven't submitted to LHDN. Of course, you can, if you're a normal user, they are just proceed and save draft, save draft. And of course, if you are the administrator, you're not actually responsible to key in, but your responsibility is checking and submission. So if you are the administrator, you log in, you see, oh, I got draft document. How actually you handle? You can click on this page. There actually will be filtered up all the draft documents under this screen. So you can see if got any documents is under draft. If you want to check again, you can actually double click on document to open. Even you want to amend, still can because this invoice haven't submit to LHDN. What you need to do is after checking, if confirm this particular invoice is okay, you would like to submit to LHDN, you can check it right here. Check all, which means that if you have 10 or 100 of documents right here, you have all the check the screens over here, and you can just one shot or in batch click on approve, click start, and this particular invoice will be submitted to LHDN immediately. Okay, so after submit, you can go back to all right here. There appear the status still pending because we just click, they need a few seconds to refresh. Let's say I click refresh again, dimension submitted. And once the system appear the submitted, actually there will be appear the UUID over here. Okay, or if they are submitted after it's valid, there will appear the valid buttons over here. You can see valid. Okay, but right here you can see we have a valid for some different status over here. All this you see just valid, which means that this invoice is already more than 72 hours and you are actually not able to do any amendment. Anything wrong, anything salah, you have to what credit note. Okay, but this two here you can see there appears some information because like here there still appears 71 hour 59 minutes. Why? Because just now I got mentioned that LHDN giving actually no matter is the business owner yours or actually your customer within 72 hours we call it cooling period. Okay, within this cooling period, some scenario happen. In fact, you still can do amendment. For example, let's say right now after you send your customer say some item is really wrong, but hopefully don't but some item is billing wrongly, some quantity is not correct, amount is not correct, then you have to do amendment. And in the system right here, you can still click edit if the value is within the 72 hours. You can still click edit. Okay, then you can change right here. For example, the pricing actually is 4,100 ringgit, let's say, or you want to change quantity add in item. So once you're done, you can click save again. Okay, then system will ask you, do you want to edit invoicing document? Because this is actually previous already submitted. If you're doing so, they will actually cancel that previous document and doing the resubmit. If you yes, you can proceed. And of course, they'll ask you to put in the reason. The reason you need to put in nicely. Don't shock put in anything because this one is monitoring by LHDN. So what I've actually advised is put in the real and also very straightforward reason. Price change or whatever. Okay, so I press OK. So once I done, this particular invoice will be resubmit. You can see the invoice will be resubmit. Of course, still same they'll give you the others 72 hours. This scenario happens if you need to amend. Of course, if you are using AutoCount version 2.2 right now, maybe you are not the latest version. Possible this function is not enabled because this is considered is our AutoCount latest version module. Okay, this latest function in AutoCount. Then this is how actually you're doing the e-invoice. And one more story is after you have the e-invoice validated, like just now I mentioned, in fact, actually you can turn on the auto email function to your customer, and customer, once the e-invoice is approved by LHCN, they automatically will be email the e-invoice to customer. But some customers say, I would like to do manual email again. No problem. You can just call out the invoice over here, or even you want to print out still can, because LHCN side is actually not say you cannot print out invoice. You still can print as usual. But your invoice, when you print out, we will add on, we will tambah one more QR code over here. And this QR code actually is proven that this particular invoice is already validated or verified by LHCN. Okay. So this is tax invoice, you can see it over here. Then of course you can via send by email you want, or you want to send by WhatsApp to your customer. No matter which way lah, you just click on it and then send it. Okay, so this is how actually we apply for e-invoice. Okay, next we're going to show you one more is related to consolidate. Okay, some scenario is a certain customer, you're using AutoCount to issue we cannot say invoice, maybe you can say cash sales to that particular customer, because that particular customer is the maybe end user. They are not going to provide you many informations. Okay, for that scenario, you can click on either is invoice or cash sales also can. But right now, I would like to use cash sales to present, because that's how you already know invoice how to proceed. So now I teach you how to actually go into cash sales. From here, if you go to cash sales over here, still same in AutoCount, cash sales also is belong one of the modules of the e-invoice. Okay, you can use cash sales. By the way, when you use cash sales, you need to remember from here, you still need to pick for which customer. By the way, some people say, I don't have this customer info. It's very walk-in, just buy one eraser with me, 1 ringgit. So how actually I get the info? Okay, for that scenario, you still put cash, is it? So once you put cash, from here you can see we have a TIN number not specific. For that scenario, actually, because you don't know, so you not specific also can. Then from here, you can actually call out the customer or the products you would like to selling. For example, I'm selling some this fire extinguisher, 100 ringgit. Then this particular person just want cash bill. Okay, they don't want to claim anything. Just give you cash bill, customer say. Okay, for that scenario, you also can do like that. Just call out the product, call your touch account number, and click on payment. Let's say customer give payment cash. Oh, sorry, I always forgot to turn off. Okay, just customer by cash. And from here, you will notice in the AutoCount latest version, we have add-on one additional module is called print QR submission. Okay, how this works, I can show you. Let's say customer pay 100 ringgit and press OK. Serial number. Oh no, sorry, I changed to other product. Okay, let's say this one, cash. Turn off the, okay, cash again. 80 ringgit. Then I make sure you already click check on the checkbox for print QR submission. Then I press OK. Okay, for this bill, when you go to print out, I can show the patterns for these cash sales. You'll notice this cash sales when print out still is cash, but below there will appear one QR code. If you have your phone right here, right now, actually you can try use your phone to scan. No problem, really you can scan one. If you use a handphone to scan, actually once you scan this, they go to they are open one website you can log in. Then from that website, you are able to fill in, means let's say I'm your customer, I receive this bill, I scan, then I can manually put in my company name, put in my company PIN number, and email everything. So once I put in all that, I will receive the e-invoice. Okay, so this is, we call it the QR request e-invoice. Means the responsible will be terbalik, means for this customer, you no need to help them to key in their TIN number. You're just selling as usual. Then if they want e-invoice, standard e-invoice, they're keying by themselves. But got period, usually it's within that month, within the same month, you have to do for this. Okay. By the way, possible also is that particular customer not going to scan this. They just ignore. For example, they ignore, they feel that it's personal use only. They don't want to do anything. Then what you need to do is end of the month, you still have to do consolidate. You can come to this e-invoice, consolidated e-invoice over here. And from here, you click new. From here, you can search, I want to consolidate. Let's say I want to consolidate for my cash only. Then I click generate. Yes. Then system will help me to find, oh, I got one cash sales just now. Okay, I click on save. System will help me to do one more consolidated bill, and this consolidated bill will be submit to LHDN as well. Of course, just now I try one only lah. In fact, you can actually submit maybe 10 or 100 in one shot to the government. You have all this, but this is belong to consolidate. Consolidate method only can do that. Okay. We have covered one of the, this is consider AutoCount one of the new function. Just now you see the new function is what I mean is just now the we call it we catch this again. This you will notice if you click on this, when they appear for this screen, they have this checkbox. This is considered our new version additional module. If your business required this function, you can let us know. Then we are separate to let you know the functions of this price and also how to actually implement. Okay, but we have a new functions for this right now. Okay, then since we already cover few things, we cover the standard invoice and also cover just now the consolidate. I have one more type I would like to cover right now is related to self-bill. Okay, for example, you have a cross-border transaction like I mentioned earlier. You would like to actually key in the invoice from supplier. Okay, I can actually key in the supplier invoice over here. Call up. This is, let's say I bought something with one of my foreign vendors. It's called US company. Then I buy something with them for this one. Then it's 100 USD or ringgit lah, whatever. Invoice number you put in. Okay, once you're done, you just as usual you click on save. Why you need to do this is because you still need to cover for your accounting entry. So this is going to debit your purchase and credit your supplier. That will be do as usual. You just click on save. Yeah, do the actions for your accounting for you. By the way, this particular purchase invoice, you also need to do one more action is you need to declare this to LHDN. LHDN need to know what is the details for this invoice. And how actually they know, you need to declare. From here, you right click, you go to actually copy to a new self-bill. You click on this button. And this purchase invoice will be moved with it, the information, just now purchase invoice, to this, we call it the self-bill submission. And some people will ask, is it I just need to do self-bill and no need to do purchase invoice? No, wrong. Your purchase invoice you have to do is for accounting purpose. But you're doing for this self-bill submission is not accounting purpose. Is you want to declare or submit to LHDN purpose. So it's two different purpose, you remember. So once you're done for transfer, you can click on approve here. Similar, these informations will push to this e-invoicing submission under the self-bill category. Okay, they are doing something like this. Okay, this is the self-bill submission. Okay, since I just now covered some topics, just now we come back to my slide just now is regarding the e-invoice live demo, right? We also have one of the functions I can highlight to here. Okay, this is the function I would like to highlight. Some is already covered just now. I got highlight for cash sales QR code. This is the highlight one is related to our new function. Okay, then now I'm going to actually show you the other two also is a new functions by using the AutoCount version 2.2 for E-Invoice. Okay, one of it is called import supplier invoice from my invoice portal. A lot of actually this function I received a lot of the requirement before. Finally, AutoCount right now they are prompt up this function. How to apply? Very simple. We can go to here, invoice. You will notice in the new version, we have this import supplier e-invoice from my invoice portal. Okay, click on here, then click on sync. System will go, you can actually filter the date you want to sync. So what actually the system sync? Of course, first requirement is your supplier, bukan your customer. Customer is you provide invoice to them. Is your supplier should be Malaysia vendor. They first off, they are must Malaysia vendor because without Malaysia vendor, they are sure that I can bagi you e-invoice. So the second is they must give you the validated e-invoice. The e-invoicing, which means that already verified by our HTM portal. If they do so for these two requirements, from here, once you sync, you will get this. You akan dapat all these informations. Okay, this is I sync before. I can just simply open one of it to show you. This is one of the invoice, means the sample, the supplier bill me. My company is a driver. This is supplier. Then their TIN number and all their information. What is the item they bill me? It will be appears over here. And you can see their validation link as well. And what you need to do is you can click on this. You can option, if you don't want to key in again, you just click on this convert to purchase invoice and system will be help you to convert this particular document direct to purchase invoice. And the other word is you no need to manually key in again for the invoice. Full right means you don't need to manual. This is when system retrieve this import for you. Purchase invoice no need to manual key in. Of course, in the screen to convert to purchase invoice, you still can do some amendment if you want. Okay, so if you don't want, you just actually give it like this, click. Of course, when you have some additional information or still want to clarify, you can amend again. After amend, you click save on it. Okay, this is how actually the system works for retrieve the items, retrieve the supplier invoice. And in fact, you can do it more details if you like to do the supplier item mapping. Because some customers say, if I direct import because supplier item code with my item code is different. So if you want to do mapping also can, you can something like this, like you just call the vendors, call your own item code, and what is your supplier item description. In this situation, let's say is your supplier always give you the same description, then you can do it using this to mapping the item. The system will be linked to AutoCount for this item code. You can do the mappings over here. And one more is also a new functions. It's a sync e-invoicing reject request from my invoice portal. Okay, what does this mean? Okay. Before we talk about sync error reject, we come back to the invoices now. Still remember, just now I have issued the two invoice, standard e-invoice to customer. It's just imagine that after I issue within 72 hours, let's say the customer is some reason they are not actually satisfied for your pricing or any other reasons, they would like to reject you. In fact, they can actually go to my invoice portal or their system to reject your invoice. Once they reject, you can actually using this to time sync the status. If got any invoice is already rejected within 72 hours from your customer, there will be actually retrieved to here and the status will come back to your invoice. So which means that you no need manually go to the MyTax portal to check, so difficult. So you can use system to actually retrieve for you. Okay, this is also one of the convenient tools to help you to monitoring for your we call it the customer invoice lah, or e-invoice part. Okay, so this is some new function. If you would like to know more about the new function pricing, you can let us know. Then we will actually let you know how actually to get these all functions you want. Okay, now we go to, okay, one more. Since I already covered the e-invoicing part, now I'm going to cover the other few topics over here. I will start for cover for AutoCount. One of the additional module is called Gyro module. Okay, what is Gyro module? I believe mostly for you right here, you are using means transfer payment to your supplier, or you pay by using, means when you issue the voucher, I believe all your payment mostly we're using the bank transfer. Some you're using cash, but once you're using the bank transfer by using Gyro, in fact, you can actually go to AutoCount to additional add-on one module. We call it Bank Gyro module. In this Bank Gyro module, we support all the Malaysia bank and also some of the famous in Malaysia overseas bank like UOB, HSBC, and so on. Okay, and of course, how actually the system works? Very simple. So after you got this plugin, first you can actually go to your creditor side. In the creditor side, we will add on one more gyro setting for you. Okay, so right here you can go to choose your supplier bank, not your bank, supplier bank. That says your supplier is using Maybank. Choose Maybank and put in all the necessary info, account numbers, and some related ID. So once they're done, just save it. Okay, in future, if you do any payment vouchers, you do AP payments, right, in AutoCount, do any payment vouchers to this supplier, and later on, if you have maybe 100 overs of the payments want to pay up through via your bank, after you key in all this, you can go through bank gyro payments over here and click on the gyro payments. Okay, from here you can filtering whatever the date range you want and filter some additional things like document, payment methods. Let's say I just want to see all, I can just inquiry, and system will be appeals the documents you can export, and using this export the TXT to export the document to the text file. And this particular text file you are able actually upload to your bank portal. For example, let's say I'm using CIMB Bank, I upload to my CIMB Bank. And once you upload, you need to satu key in again. All this information will capture to your bank. Then you can use your bank to do the transfer to your vendor, to your supplier. Okay. Then the document patterns text file will look something like this. Okay. Something like this pattern. This is one of the sample. Of course, this you no need to key in. Once you just now you complete the generate the things, they are according the bank requirement format to generate the text file, and you just using this text file to upload to the bank. Okay, this is gyro module. If you have interested for this module, similar, can you let us know? We can actually doing for separate informations to you regarding this part. Okay, then one more is regarding AutoCount project module. Okay. Maybe a lot of the AutoCount user is using the AutoCount right now, but they haven't noticed actually AutoCount have a free project module inside. Okay, this module is free. So how actually you can see the project module. From here, I go back to the screen. The project module, you can go to here, general maintenance, under project maintenance. Okay, you can maintain the project you want. For example, I try to maintain one of the project is called project 1. This is more suitable for you need some cost center control or projection control. For example, this is project 1 and project 1. Okay, you can do it multiple project you want. Let's say this is project 2. Okay, so after you have all these projects, how to make it usage in your system, you can actually make it something like this. Okay, let's say I would like to do some scenario or the control for project. Right now, I want to issue purchase invoice. I create new. Very quick, I just call one of my supplier, call the products I want is to buy, put in the invoice number, and put in quantity, put in the cost I would like to put in. So once I'm done, I can click on, before I save, you can see we have a one columns over here is called project number. I can filter up. Let's say this is parking under project one. I click save. This is purchase. In fact, you can do it under any related sales, purchase, or account document. We go to invoice again. But this is sales e-invoice. Let's say I want to selling out for this customer and for these products, then I don't want to have tax. Then from here, I choose the project again, project one, and I click on approve. Okay, I've done two things. Let's say I would like to do for some related utility charges for this project. I go to cash flow entry, click new payment voucher. I want to pay for, let's say, advertisement. Okay, so this is belong to project one as well. The advertisement is 88 ringgit. Okay, then I save as well. Okay, all this one I done. Okay, after I done for these few transactions, if you would like to see the result, you can go to GL. Let's say I want to see for my P&L, profit and loss. And from here, I can filter by my project I want to see. Let's say I want to filter this project. And of course, you can see more options over here. You want to see project comparison and so on. Let's say I go to project year-to-date comparison. I want to see project one. You can at the same time see few project. Let's say you just want to see one. You can see the year-to-date, whatever the sales belong to project one will be appear over here. Cost will appear here. Expenses will be appear here. So total, you can see this project, their profit, how much. If you are using AutoCount right now, you want to do some control, especially on some projection, like just now I mentioned, or you have some event, you want to know that event, totally how much you income, totally how much you spend, and total net, what is the net profit you want. You can use this method to get it your result. Okay. Okay, so we have one more functions over here I would like to cover is related to AutoCount fixed asset plugin. Okay, what is fixed asset? Any of your company asset lah. For example, you have control for your motor vehicle, you have your furniture and fittings, and maybe some of it got your machine you want to control for your fixed asset. If you have a lot of the fixed asset, you need to control for their life depreciation. I believe you can try to understand more about this AutoCount fixed asset plugin. Okay, how to do? We can go through this particular plugin. And AutoCount fixed asset module is considered one of the additional module plugin over here. You can see this is asset register. Under asset register, you can doing the maintenance for your asset tab. Okay, what tab you have. Or you can do in the location control if you want, because some people say the asset I put in at one, it puts under HQ and the other put under my branch. So I can put in different location, then different category, and the asset maintenance able to put in right here. This is one of my sample asset. For example, this is one of the vehicle, Pro 2 MyV. Then how much is their actually my selling my purchase cost, and about their depreciations method. What I'm choose right here is the straight line. Okay, then if you need doing some additional info, for example, you want to put in the serial number for this particular asset, or you want to put in the photos, Then if this is service maintenance you want to put in, all this information is allow you to put in over here. Okay, and at the same time, you are able to actually immediately, after you put in this information, you're able to immediately view the depreciation schedule. Because here, when I put in this asset control, I put in 5 years, is it? Let me confirm again. What is my type just now I put in? I put in 5 years, okay? So every asset, let's say this asset I put in 5 years, when I go to asset maintenance under this particular asset, when I view the depreciation, they help you to predict, okay, this particular asset is on what year you purchase and how is the depreciation every year and also every month. They calculate for you depreciation how much. And what you need to do is, if you confirm you want to do for the depreciation entry, in fact, maybe right now you're doing the manually, but if you're using this plugin, you are able to auto-generate the depreciation entry. You can go to here, we call it the depreciation posting area, and choose the dates you would like to do the depreciation and also the asset you want to depreciate. Some people will be choose by group also can. For my scenario, I just choose by one of the asset and inquiry, and system will help you to calculate, oh, this month you have to doing the depreciation for 833 ringgit. Then the details you can see right here. They are actually holding the schedule to do the depreciation. I already done until when, okay? So if you want to continue the transaction, you can just click this, post to journal entry. Or you want to review again also can. Otherwise, you can just click post to journal entry. And the entry will be posting to you and generate the journal voucher immediately. They'll debit your this depreciation asset under the fixed asset, under the expenses account, and credit your accumulated depreciation from here. Right now I just try once asset lah. You just imagine you got 100 over the asset. This going to help you a lot of the manual work. Okay, you no need to using Excel. I believe a lot of people using Excel to control. In fact, this particular fixed asset module able to actually integrate in your accounting system to help you to monitoring for your fixed asset issue. Okay, so hopefully this is one of the function is can be useful for you. Then I think this, let me double confirm. I think I got one more slide to cover. Okay. Again, the summary you can see is today I have a e-invoicing module cover regarding how to actually enable or turn on the e-invoicing module, put in the profile for TIN number control. Stock item UOM code I didn't cover today is because right now we can do some setting when you let's say needed when the implementation training will cover about that. Then e-invoicing the entry, I will show you how to actually issue the e-invoice under the standard e-invoice, consolidated method, and self-bill billing, and also show some this highlighted new function in the AutoCount version 2.2 for this some function like Cashier's QR code, import supply e-invoice from my invoice portal, and sync e-invoice rejected status from my invoice portal. These are some new function you're able to go to check. Okay, and right now I think I will have some times for yours. Any questions to ask or not? Okay. Let me see. If you have any questions right now, you can try to use a live chat to actually put in your questions over there. Let me see. Oh, okay. Just now Zuni got asked about the cloud-based AutoCount got auto search function for PIN number. Yes, it's already have this function. Okay, we already have this function. Yeah, sorry, screen blocking. Yeah, this is the number you can see right here is for the phone number. If anything, after today webinar, you would like to ask more details regarding the functions or the things I sharing just now, you can actually through this number to looking for me lah. Okay. Any other questions or not? Okay. Let me see. Try to stop sharing. Okay, before stop sharing, maybe you can try to use your phone to take the photos for this number first, in case you want to looking for us to do any questions. I give you 10 seconds to do this recording, do this take pictures. Okay, all right. Yeah, up level. So far, so good. Not yet start E-Invoice. Yeah, for those is want to start for 1st of January, huh? Especially 1st of January. I have some advice to you right now. You actually can be actually ready or prepared all these things before 1st of January. If you 1st of January only do actually a lot of kalang kabut lah. So better prepare before. Means make sure your version is ready, my text portal is ready, then customer team number is updated. These I think most important. Okay. Some advice for yours. All right. So let me confirm. Is it any other questions or not? No, I think if no